Hey guys, this is the Kobe Bryant Film Room, man, and you are watching the Behind the Bench Sports Network, man. Shout out to the bench crew, Rashad, Kelvin, Big Dog, Jacoby, man. Hey, we in here, man. Let's get it. Hey y'all, man. So I was sitting back just thinking, man. I'm driving down the road right now on the highway, you know, and I was just thinking about intangibles, right? I was having a conversation with this guy a while back on my channel in the comment section about intangibles, y'all. And he was like, "Well, you can't measure intangibles," and I just got to thinking, right? A lot of these guys don't know how important intangibles are, right? Like when you think about it, what's the difference between a Devin Booker and a Kobe Bryant, right? The motor, right? The mentality. Devin Booker was complaining about being double teamed. Kobe saw it as a great opportunity to destroy the double team. His attitude was, you need more people, right? You need to send another one, right? And so the mentality, right? How you carry yourself on and off the court, right? Leadership, right? Perseverance, work ethic, right? This is what separates a good player from a great player, and a great player from a Hall of Famer, and a Hall of Famer from a top 5, top 10 player, right? The motor, the will to win. What are you willing to do to win the game? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jordan and Kobe were willing to die to win the game, right? Now check this out. If I asked you, how many of you guys out there, and you think about your favorite teams, right? Your favorite NBA teams, and think about your favorite players, how many can you honestly say left it all on the line and gave you everything they had? Right? I'm talking about no clubbing, right? No going out to the clubs. Straight hard work, dedication. Summertime, in the gym. Off season, they in the gym. They play in the Olympic Games, right? They away from their families. They training. They showing up at 3 a.m. They showing up early, leaving late, right? How many of your players then, right? So think about that short list. So we just knocked off damn near half of the NBA, right? Now think of a shorter list. How many of these guys can lead the league in scoring, right? We knocked off a bunch of dudes, right? Okay, how many of these cats can make defensive first team? Knocking off more, right? How many of these players can win multiple championships? We knock it off more, right? Now we're getting into how many of these players are feared on the court. Knock off more, right? How many of these players are clutch, right? How many of these players are clutch? How many of these players, if you think about just grit, determination, how many of these players you think play psychological mind games where it's the game within the game, where opponents say, oh, this guy's going to outsmart you, right? How many of these players are athletic, right? Right? How many of these players don't need much around them to get the job done? Right? I want to ask you, how many players have better moments than the player you're thinking about? Right? So These are your top, in my opinion, these are your top 5 players. The attributes that I'm naming are your greatest players of all time. Right? Longevity plays into a part of that. Right? So add all those things that I said together and think about your list. Think about your list. Because this is why Kobe's real high on my list and on everybody's list. When you add all those things, and you think about, on top of that, where I mentioned the greatest moments, how many players in the history of the league have more moments than Kobe Bryant? Now, a player's known for his moments, right? In the regular season and the postseason, players are known for that. That's how you know you're a legend. That's how you know you're great. That's how you know you're good. By your moments. By your signature moments. Right? Signature moves. Signature moments. Right? How many players, if you guys are on the fence about Kobe Bryant, how many players give you all that I named combined? We're talking about somebody who's willing to leave it all on the line. Somebody's willing to play through injury. These are intangibles, y'all. Somebody who cares about nothing but winning. Right? Competition is on their mind. Basketball is on their mind. You ain't got to worry about these guys in the offseason. Their body's going to be right. Right? Their mind is going to be focused on the game. You don't got to worry about them going out and overindulging in certain activities off the court. You have to worry about that. The only thing you got to worry about when they're on the when they get to that court is whether they'll still be able to go. Right? How many players you know will play with a broken arm? Will play with a broken finger? Will play with a bruised ankles? Right? Surgically repaired. Right? Surgically repaired body parts. Right? How many players you know would do that? Would risk it all? Will put their careers on the line just to win one game? How many players you know care about legacy, care about tradition? Right? How many players you know do all that? Can you name how many can you name to do all that and be in front of Kobe? So when we talk about checking every box, right? He checks every box. The intangibles, y'all. The dog in the fight. The ability to pull off what seems impossible. The mentality. The difference between Ben Simmons and LeBron James is what? The mentality. The difference between Kobe and the Devin Booker is the mentality. The difference between a Vince Carter and a Michael Jordan is the mentality. It's a mentality, y'all. That mentality took Kobe's game to another level. Kobe wasn't freakishly strong. He wasn't freakishly athletic. Right? He had great athleticism now. But he wasn't, when you think about him with a lot of the top NBA athletes, he's above average, but he's not a super athlete. Like, he's not a Wilt, like in that category, or he's a smudge below Jordan, just a smudge, right? Look at guys Kobe's size who could jump higher. Jason Richardson, right? Who were more talented. Vince Carter, T-Mac, more with the physical gifts, right? Players bigger, faster, stronger. Mentality, right? You think about your all-time great, whoever you run with. Do they have all these things? Do they have a three-peat? Did they win 3 in a row? Magic had Kareem. Bird had McHale, Parrish, multiple Hall of Famers. They never three-peated, y'all. So I want y'all to think about that. The intangibles. The difference between a Zion Williamson, right, and a LeBron James. Intangibles. Everybody can have the ability, but everybody ain't got the mindset to be great. Everybody ain't got the durability, the mental makeup, right? They don't have it. The competitive gene where they want to win at all costs. How many players can you honestly say gave you everything they had? I know I can. I can name a player who gave me everything he had from my team. And there's a certain guy in Chicago and another guy in Boston that gave you everything they had. Everything. So I think that matters. I think intangibles should matter a lot, not just numbers. Because what did Stephen A. say? Stephen A. said out of his own mouth, Wilt ain't have the intangibles, right? He brought up, see, Stephen A. smart. He knows when to use intangibles and when not to. He applied the intangibles to his argument against Bill Russell. Against Wilt Chamberlain. He said, well, look, what about leadership? Well, what about leadership? Right? Doing the most with the least. Facing the toughest competition. Who faced the toughest competition? Kobe and Michael Jordan are at the top of that list. So people ask me why I hold Kobe in such high regard. Because he has all those attributes. And I'm not gonna pick somebody else over him, because the media gave them an award. So With that said, I'm going to wrap this up. This is the Kobe Bryant Film Room. Something to think about, man. Something to think about, y'all. Put on your brain. So shout out to the bench crew once again. Like and subscribe to this video. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know if y'all agree with me. Let me know if y'all ride with me or not. Alright. Peace.